today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a concept that the New England Patriots do a really good job of in Madden. What's up, guys? My name is Cody, and I want to welcome you to today's video. If you're new to the channel, I want to encourage you to leave me a comment at the end of this video. Go ahead and watch the entire video, but leave a comment at the end of the video and let me know what did you think of the video and what can we do to make this channel better for you. All right, guys, let's take a look here. So what I want to talk about today is something I really kind of was watching the New England Patriots defense, and I was kind of trying just to study it a little bit, and I found a concept that they do that really changes the game if you take a look at what they're really doing in the big picture. And that is, they really understand this principle that I teach on my channel, in that it is about limiting your opponent to field goals. It's not necessarily about shutting them out altogether. If you can hold your opponent to field goals, oftentimes you're going to win football games, because in the reality, it takes for every 2 field goals, that's 1 touchdown, and you just trade 2 to 1, 2 to 1, 2 to 1, and you will, it's a numbers game, and you're really going to be set up for success. So anyways, guys, I want to take a moment and just kind of share what they do to hold their opponents to field goals as opposed to holding them to touchdowns. And that is, they don't over pursue. They stay at home, they stay at home, they stay at home, and they do it until they win. And this is something that I think a lot of times my when I watch a game of Madden, oftentimes this is the biggest mistake people make on the defensive side of the ball. They over pursue. They try to do too much. They oftentimes, to me, that is the difference between a good player and a great player on the defensive side of the ball is, do you over pursue? Do you try to do too much? They try to, not only do they try to stop the run, but they basically try to have a super play. And what it amounts to is they try to win the game in one play, and I'm often known for saying this too. When you're playing the game, it's not a one play game, it is an every play game. Every play is the most important play. And so if you just focus on trying to win the play and realize that one play does not decide a game, but if you try to win the game in one play, oftentimes you can lose the game in one play. And so what I want to encourage you to do today is, if you just watch just kind of study the New England Patriots a little bit, and you really take a look at what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball, which is the side that Belichick probably has the most influence in. What you'll find is that their defense is oftentimes not blitzing very many people. They oftentimes run a heavy amount of two-man under on their defense, and it works. As you can see, with history has shown that this is one of the better defenses of all time, and they're oftentimes good despite having bad raw talent or natural talent. Oftentimes their defense is made up of a hodgepodge of really just average at best players. And when you really take a look at how they're able to be successful, it's definitely got to be the system that Belichick has done, the way that he has empowered the defense, the way that he has set them up for success through focusing on one key principle, and that is that we are not going to give up the big play. It's a bend but don't break defense. Another defense that was famous for this is the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 1970s, oftentimes called the Steel Curtain, potentially one of the greatest defenses of all time, for sure. And what they were able to do in their dominance is they were able to limit the big plays. They're often known for a scheme called Tampa 2 or Cover 2. And what they would do is they would let their 4 down linemen rush, and then everybody else would play pass defense. And it was just truly a real beautiful version of this principle, bend but don't break. And so what I want to leave you with today, if you really want to take your defense to the next level, go ahead and check out my premium membership. It is in the description. It's going to take everything from offense and defense, and it's going to really encourage and enhance your experience in Madden. It's the best product I've ever done. You're going to get you're going to get 6 ebooks on total for the season. Right now there's 2 out and 4 on the way, so be sure to check that out. And you're also going to get a 1-hour update video every single week that's going to give you just take 1 hour and kind of let you know, what am I doing lately, what works, what doesn't work. And I think this is one of the best ways that you can take your game to the next level if you're really looking to get better on defensive side of the ball. But what I want to encourage you today with is to take Bill Belichick's teaching and principles to the next level and really ask yourself, is my defense good enough to limit my opponent to field goals as opposed to touchdowns? Because at the end of the day, that is the end all be all. If you can hold your opponent to touch or field goals, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to beat you, because you're just going to be that much ahead of them. Because again, if you just look at the numbers, the sheer numbers of everything, you can't win if you're constantly taking field goals. Oftentimes, a lot of people, as I make a huge turnover right there, a lot of people make that mistake, and it truly is one of the biggest travesties when you take a really look at defense. Is oftentimes people try to over pursue and make too many big plays, and the reality is you can get back. You can recover from where you've lost. You can get back. So I just want to encourage you, don't focus so much on trying to make huge plays on defense and shut people out, but instead play the long game, play the slow game, simple, smooth, and just relentlessly chase this idea that you're going to hold your opponent to a field goal as opposed to giving up a